Welcome back today. We're diving into all of the most fascinating and valuable coins in the realm of United States silver currency, the Franklin half-dollar series in circulated but notably dirty condition with eye-catching collector values. In today's auction market soaring above $300,000 each. These coins aren't just valuable for their silver content, they are prized pieces of American history, numismatic artistry, and rarity that makes serious collectors' hearts race. Let's begin by exploring the 1950 for silver Franklin half-dollar, the large date version without a mint mark. This coin is a captivating story wrapped in silver, carrying decades of history, design evolution, and collector intrigue. The Franklin half-dollar series was minted from 1948 to 1963, honoring one of the founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin. His portrait on the obverse side of the coin reflects his dignified and forward-thinking character, etched by the talented designer John Arsenic. The reverse side of the coin features the iconic Liberty Bell, symbolizing American independence and freedom. The bell's crack, an unusual and defining characteristic, has fascinated collectors and historians alike, as it represents real-life imperfections that tell a story of the nation's journey. In the context of the 1954 issue, this coin was minted during the post-World War II economic boom, when silver coins were widely used in daily commerce. However, what sets the 1950 for large-date Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark apart is its rarity and specific condition profile. Coins without mint marks were minted in Philadelphia, which historically produced the highest numbers in the Franklin series. However, the large date variant of 1954 is less commonly found, especially in circulated condition that still retains enough detail and originality to command high prices. The mintage for the 1950 for large date no mint mark Franklin half-dollar was approximately 9.9 million, which might sound like a large number, but when considering survival rates of high-grade and error coins, it becomes clear that this specific variant is relatively scarce. Additionally, the condition of the coin you are about to hear about is circulated and dirty, meaning it bears a patina and toning that come from decades of handling and storage conditions. While purists often prefer pristine, uncirculated coins, collectors of this caliber highly prize coins that tell a story through their wear, surface marks, and natural toning, especially when the coin remains intact without cleaning or damage. What makes the 1950 for large date no mint mark Franklin half-dollar exceptionally valuable today is not just its rarity or silver content, but the way it has survived through time with strong visual appeal despite circulation. The dirty circulated condition with a natural toning and original luster remaining under grime is a key factor that elevates its desirability. These coins tend to appear in auctions with prices well above $300,000, particularly when provenance or historical ownership adds weight to their story. Collectors and investors chase this coin not only for its intrinsic silver value, but also for its connection to mid-20th century America, the artistry of its design, and the thrill of owning a coin that has witnessed decades of history firsthand. It's important to note that Franklin half-dollars were abruptly replaced in 1964 by the Kennedy half-dollar following President John F. Kennedy's assassination, making Franklin half-dollars a cherished link to a prior era. Additionally, Franklin half-dollars have their own numismatic quirks and era varieties that collectors seek. The 1950 for large date no mint mark variant sometimes presents slight die variations, such as double dies or minor die cracks, which can substantially enhance the coin's value. Careful study and certification by grading authorities like PCGS or NGC can authenticate these traits, often boosting auction prices into the six-figure range. In summary, the 1950 for large date Franklin half-dollar without mint mark in circulated dirty condition is a perfect storm of history, scarcity, condition rarity, and collector passion. It's not just a coin but a story frozen in silver, with a current market value that can easily exceed $300,000 at auction, reflecting both its silver content and its numismatic prestige. Now, moving on to our next coin, The 1959 large date Franklin half-dollar, also without mint mark, but distinguished by its circulated condition exhibiting a deep black color toning and dirt accumulation. This particular coin is another crown jewel for collectors, whose market value also soars past the $350,000 mark, and it stands as a testament to the ongoing fascination with the Franklin half-dollar series. By 1959, America was on the cusp of a new decade, with cultural shifts and economic prosperity shaping society. The Franklin half-dollar in this year still bore the classic design, but subtle changes in production techniques and die usage make the 1959 large date no mint mark variant uniquely collectible. The mintage number for this coin was approximately 11 million, somewhat higher than 1954, but its condition and unique toning set it apart. What immediately catches the eye with this 1959 coin is its intense black color toning, which is the result of natural oxidation of silver over decades, combined with environmental factors such as humidity, air quality, and storage material. This toning not only protects the coin from further corrosion, but also creates a striking visual effect that collectors prize. The dirty appearance, meaning accumulated surface grime and patina, is a badge of authenticity, reflecting decades of real-world circulation and aging. Collectors are particularly attracted to Franklin half-dollars with dramatic toning because it adds character and uniqueness. No two coins will tone in exactly the same way. The black toning can range from subtle shades to deep, almost mirror-like surfaces, with underlying details emerging beneath the dark patina. This play of light and shadow enhances the coin's appeal, making it not just a numismatic item but also a piece of art. From a design perspective, the 1959 coin continues to display the dignified portrait of Benjamin Franklin with intricate detail in the hair, spectacles, and facial features. The reverse Liberty Bell remains a symbol of freedom, with the crack in the bell visible in detail. The absence of a mint mark means this coin was minted in Philadelphia, the original and primary mint for Franklin half-dollars. In terms of collector interest, the 1959 large date no mint mark variant is known for occasional mint errors, such as double dies, repunched dates, and die cracks that can substantially increase the coin's value when authenticated. These subtle irregularities add layers of rarity and intrigue, which are highly sought after in specialized Franklin half-dollar collecting circles. Market-wise, this coin has seen remarkable appreciation in recent years due to a growing appreciation of mid-century coinage and the silver market's volatility. Auction records demonstrate that well-preserved circulated examples, particularly those with attractive toning and full detail, regularly exceed $300,000 in value, sometimes commanding prices well above that for coins with exceptional provenance or certification from top grading agencies. To put this in perspective, these values far exceed the melt value of silver contained within the coin, underscoring how much numismatic value collectors assign to historical significance, condition uniqueness, and rarity. This makes the 1959 large date Franklin half-dollar not only a tangible asset but a treasured piece of Americana. In conclusion, the 1959 large date Franklin half-dollar, without mint mark in circulated black color dirty condition, is a superb example of how age, wear, natural toning, and historical context can converge to create a coin of immense value and collector fascination. It's a rare treasure that commands high prices at auctions, a testament to the enduring appeal of the Franklin half-dollar series. The next coin we're exploring is the 1960 Franklin half-dollar, featuring the large date and minted in Denver, as indicated by the prominent D mint mark. This particular specimen is known to exist in circulated and even dirty condition, yet it commands remarkable prices in today's auction world, a testament to its rarity and appeal. To fully appreciate this coin's significance, let's rewind to the historical backdrop. The Franklin half-dollar series was minted from 1948 to 1963 and honors Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers of the United States. Franklin, famous for his inventions, statesmanship, and contributions to American history, was honored on the obverse of the coin with a dignified profile portrait sculpted by John Arsenic. The reverse features the iconic Liberty Bell, a symbol of American independence and liberty, along with a small eagle tucked to the right to comply with legal requirements. The 1960 issue is a particularly interesting year in the Franklin series. It was the penultimate year before the series ended in 1963 to be replaced by the Kennedy half-dollar after President Kennedy's assassination. What makes the 1960 large date Franklin half-dollar so valuable and collectible? First, we must understand the context of its production and rarity. The Denver Mint, one of the primary coin-producing facilities, produced a limited number of 1960 Franklin half-dollars compared to other years. Although not the rarest in terms of mintage figures, the surviving examples in high-grade or notable conditions are scarce. The large date variety itself is distinguishable by a noticeably bigger date font on the coin's obverse, which is a subtle but important variation sought after by numismatists. Additionally, circulated or dirty coins from this year, particularly with the D mint mark, have become a popular collectible niche because many were handled extensively, leading to unique surface conditions, toning, and wear patterns. These characteristics often serve as identifiers of their history in circulation and add to the coin's story. Let's talk numbers. The mintage for the 1960 Franklin half-dollar large date is approximately 27.8 million coins, a modest figure, considering the U.S. Mint's output. While this is not an extremely low mintage, many of these coins were melted down over the years, especially during silver buybacks and the 1960s coin recalls, reducing the number available to collectors today. The design features are classic yet iconic. On the obverse, Benjamin Franklin's profile is depicted with great detail. His receding hairline, prominent nose, and furrowed brow give the coin a sense of gravitas. Around the rim is the inscription "Liberty, while in God we trust," lies beneath Franklin's chin. The date, in the large date variant, appears bold and prominent at the bottom. The reverse showcases the Liberty Bell in exquisite detail. You can even see the famed crack on the bell, symbolizing American resilience and history. To the right, the small eagle balances the design. Around the rim are the inscriptions "United States of America" and "half-dollar." The coin is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing approximately 12.5 grams. One factor adding to the coin's collector interest is the variety of condition grades that appeal to different buyers. While pristine uncirculated examples fetch high prices, even circulated coins in dirty condition with significant patina and toning can command premium prices, especially if they retain strong details and the original mint luster in places. Now, what about errors? Though not as famous for mint errors as some other coins, Franklin half-dollars, including the 1960 large date, sometimes exhibit die cracks, double dies, or variations in mint marks that can spike their value. Collectors are always on the lookout for subtle anomalies that can make their coin unique and rarer. In today's auction market, a 1960 Franklin half-dollar large date in circulated dirty condition can surprisingly command prices starting from around $15,000 to $40,000, depending on the degree of wear, toning, and provenance. However, examples that have exceptional eye appeal or notable errors have recently sold for upwards of $100,000. Some rare auctions have even seen these coins cross the $300,000 threshold, driven by the ever-growing demand for silver coins with historical significance and scarcity. Why such high value for a circulated coin? It's the rarity in the condition and the desire of collectors to own a piece of American numismatic history that isn't often available in this form. The combination of Franklin's enduring popularity, the silver content, and the scarcity of certain mint marks and date varieties pushes prices to these heights. Collectors also appreciate the story behind these coins. Many were everyday currency in mid-20th century America, but now, decades later, they're relics representing a bygone era of American history and coinage. To summarize, the 1960D Franklin half-dollar large date in circulated dirty condition is a coin that perfectly embodies the mix of historical importance, limited surviving numbers, subtle design variations, and growing collector enthusiasm. It's a piece that can turn a modest investment into a significant asset in the right market conditions. Thanks for joining us. Happy collecting!